Loving yourself will change your life. It's so simple, yet not many people really understand it. I don't think people realize that if you want to live a better life, if you don't want to struggle with negativity and deal with your issues, all you've got to do is love yourself. Appreciate who you are, because most of the problems and the things we suffer with is because of ourselves, because of how we perceive ourselves, how we look, how we think we act, and just the way we think in general. That's what makes us hate ourselves. And when we hate ourselves, we can't appreciate life. We can't appreciate the happy moments. We can't appreciate happiness. We can't appreciate family. Because how can you appreciate anything if you can't appreciate yourself? Like, how can you do it? Because as humans, it's hard to live a great life when there are things inside you that's going wrong. Like, you may deal with anxiety, you may overthink a lot, you may just don't like your appearance. Like, how can you go out your way to experience happiness? How can you go out your way to explore the world and to do things that would make your life a lot better if the body you're living in is not what you're comfortable with? Like, that's your only limitation in life. It's not the people talking shit about you. It's not the people who might make you feel bad, the people, or like the circumstances going on in your life. Like if you lost a close friend or anything like that. That's not what changes your life. What changes your life is you. It's who you are as a person. How you react to things will determine how you will feel, and how you feel will determine the type of life you live. Because the way we feel things and the way we absorb them is what makes us think how we think. Like, literally, imagine you lived a perfect life. You didn't deal with any negativity, no bullying, like whatever problem, you never had any problems. The way you think would always be positive because you've got nothing wrong going on in your life. Whereas if you dealt with a shit life, you had a lot of shit things going on, but on the other hand, you also experienced some positivity, you would still think about the shit stuff more than the positive stuff. Because as humans, that's what we do. We always think about the negatives before the positives. But if we think about the positive first, we will still end up thinking about the negatives at the end of the day. And that's something you need to overcome. That's something that you can't allow to take over you, because negativity is the enemy of creativity. Negativity is the enemy of life. It's what stops you from trying to be the best person you want to be. So if you want to live a happy and peaceful life, if you want to actually change your life for the better and actually experience more happy moments, you need to be happy with who you are. You have to appreciate how you look. You have to understand that you can't change your appearance. You must understand that everyone's different in their own ways. We all look how we look because that's what we were born with. And what you were born with is what you have to deal with. Contemplating and stressing and hating yourself for years and years and years, you're wasting your life away. Like, what's the point? If you eventually can never really change yourself, what's the point stressing about it? Because you should never stress about things you can't change. Because that's the easiest way to kill yourself. It's the easiest way to live a shit life. Because if you constantly stress about something you can't change, you will literally stress endlessly because you can't change it. Like, it's that simple. You can't focus on the things you can't change, and that's your appearance. You can obviously change your hair, you can change your eyebrows, but if you still change those things and you're still not happy with yourself, that's when you've got to realize, I'm focusing on myself too much. I'm allowing my looks to determine the type of life I live. And it shouldn't be like that. What you do is what determines the type of life you live, not your looks. So you need to love yourself. Love how you look. Appreciate the fact that you are actually alive. I bet you there's like 1 billion people around the world who are probably 10 times uglier than you. Like, you might think you're the ugliest person in the world, but trust me, in someone else's eyes you might not be. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you may get rejected, how many times people say they don't like you. All you need is one person to say yes. Like, all you need is one yes. You can have 1,000,000 no's, but all you need is one yes. Like, despite the million no's, it sounds weird, but the million no's from people who might be like, oh no, he's not my type, no, those aren't what should stop you. Because you could fail 1 billion times, but you just have to win once. Like, that's consistency, that's dedication. And if you don't have them two things, you will not get a relationship. You will not be in a position you want to be in. So appreciate how you look and understand that someone can see the true beauty in you. You just have to be able to see it in yourself. Because once you love yourself, it becomes easier to actually find other people that can love you. Because it's all about confidence. Meeting people is like 60% confidence, 40% looks, because a girl or a man would like who you are for how you act. Obviously they will like how you looked, but in the long run, how you act is what makes the bigger difference, because over time you will get used to seeing their face every day, but at the same time you will also get used to how they act, and how they act might make you love them less, love them more, or even make you hate them. So focus more on how you act, focus more on your personality, because that's what will actually result you in achieving a long-term relationship and actually just benefiting your life for the better. So I'm not trying to say you need to adjust your personality in a way where it would benefit someone. What you shouldn't do is that. You should stick to who you are, because if you're comfortable in your own body, if you're comfortable with how you act, then the right person will also appreciate that. It doesn't matter if someone out there is like, oh, I hate how this guy acts. That doesn't matter. That doesn't mean you need to change who you are, because if you're comfortable with how you act, someone out there will be. It doesn't matter if some people don't like it. You don't have to change. Just because they don't like it, that doesn't mean you need to change who you are. Because if you're comfortable with it, that's what you should go with. Because you're acting the way you're acting for you. You're acting that way for your comfortability. You're not acting that way for other people. So you must understand that you need to love yourself, love how you look, and you just need to appreciate your personality and understand that you shouldn't change it for any human being, because if you change it for someone, you will not maintain that new personality. Like if you change how you act to try and attract someone else, you will get tired of it, because it's not the real you. And in relationships, people want the real you. In friendships, people want the real you. So you have to express the real you. And if they don't like the real you, go find someone else who will like the real you. It's that simple. It will take time, obviously, it will be hard. But at the end of the day, true friendships, true relationships, those good things, they take their time. It doesn't come when you want it to, it comes when it's ready. So all you've got to do is just wait and be patient. So honestly, the best way to live a happy, a peaceful, and just like a life full of memories and moments is to appreciate who you are, accept yourself, accept the fact that you can't change certain things about yourself, and accept the fact that life is short. You honestly, once you get old, you'll realize that you might have felt like you've not achieved much things, and you don't want to be like that. You want to live a type of life where you have a million memories. The only thing you're stressed about is the storage in your camera roll, because you've traveled so much, you've taken so much pictures, you've had so much fun. That's what should be on your mind all the time. Not how you look, not how you act, but the things you do that make you happy. So love yourself. The more you love yourself, the better your life will get. So thank you all so much for watching. Comment down below if you need help with anything, because I will reply to every single comment. It's going to be all from me, so have a good day.